Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Pastani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
I'm just looking up the definition of fanboy. So,
Um, the my health watch, my smartwatch, has been very angry at me this weekend. It's getting to the point where it's just judging me and saying, you're not getting enough sleep, you're not going to sleep at the right time, you're not getting enough exercise, your heart rate variability is all over the place. You need to better care of yourself. And like, you know what? Watch, you work for me, I don't work for you. Okay, this is how this relationship is.
Yeah. All right. So today we are talking about the Joya de Nicaragua Joya Cabinetta Lancero. Cigar is 7-inch by 38. Comes out of the Joya de Nicaragua factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Connecticut and Nicaraguan Criollo. Binder fitter both from Nicaragua. Price point is $9.95, and the cigar was released in March of 2024. So with that out of the way, Seth, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
love the length, need some girth. No, it's listen, it's these cigars have been around for a little bit.
Hmm.
They could really catch your attention just because you know what's coming. It's actually kind of fun just to take the band off. Just sometimes not to nerd out here, but if you leave that band on for as long as possible, you never know when you're going to get there.
Yep.
But if you take it off, then you just kind of get to see that contrast. But the first third started out with just like this classic Oya, Connecticut quality. There was cream, there was cedar, there was hay, but there was some body to it as well. There was some earth, tobacco, some balanced spices, a little bit of pepper. I mean, you could get the Nicaraguan quality in the blend. And it remained pretty much, I would say that it remained pretty consistent all the way throughout the whole Connecticut aspect. As it got to that Criollo, there was a little bit more, you could feel the cigar picking up. And then when you got that Criollo, it was just earthier, woodier, leather. There was spices. There was that Nicaraguan Criollo quality. I mean, there's quite a contrast between that and Ecuador and Connecticut. So, and it just really just captures your attention. There's some coffee notes as well, but it still smoked pretty well to the end. I had a really great burn and draw. I've smoked these even on like bigger sizes. I always wondered how, going to that wrapper, what it was going to be like even at the end, but it still smokes. They do a really good job of having it smoke very well and not having any issues. So, John?
Yeah, fun profile. First third for me, chocolate, coffee, wood, earth, kind of a musty earth on the post draw. It's pleasant. It's nice. I mean, I'll talk more about it in the recap, but I've smoked a lot of these, and so this is obviously the first time I'm smoking the Lancero, so it's interesting to contrast this against some of the larger engage. I think the Connecticut profile comes through a little bit more on this Lancero than on the larger engages, because I did get sort of a lot more wood, a little bit of bitterness, like hay bitterness, and that's kind of what you expect, or at least what I would hope for in a Connecticut style blend. As the cigar progressed, second, third, kind of creamy chocolate, earth and wood, and then tannic wood again on the post draw, and a little bit of bitterness accompanying it. Kind of a woody center on the retrohale, and then at the halfway point, kind of a light musty chocolate. And then last third, sweet tobacco starting off, and then chocolate and wood center, creaminess on the draw, and kind of settled in. Um, I think at the halfway point, which is roughly where I hit the Criollo wrapper, bitterness kind of dropped off, and then got a heavier earth in the palate. And then bitterness kind of returned at medium full, and then fell back, and it was kind of dancing back and forth. I don't know that the Criollo ever really does anything for me in terms of, like, it's interesting, but I don't know that it enhanced the profile, at least not from my experience. As Seth was saying, and this is kind of par for the course of me, the draw and burn were perfect. And to be honest, Hoya's kind of been one of those factories where I kind of expected at this point, if I know the product's coming out of Hoya, I kind of expect a perfect draw and burn. So price point aside, which is a really good price point, it's, a lot of other companies who are charging more for cigars could learn a lot from this. Anyway, all that to say is an above average flavor profile. What about you, Aaron?
Give me the cigar started with a heavy dose of toasted cedar, black pepper, meatiness, and smokiness. Got some earth and creaminess that joined a bit later, and some coffee a little further on. Second third saw the black pepper become pretty mellow, and then the final third saw the earth become rich from the darker wrapper, and some wood bitterness joined in as well. As these guys have said, construction was absolutely perfect, so no issues in regards to that. But cigar started well, had that bold flavor delivery. Things kind of dropped off a bit in the second third as some of the components mellowed quite a bit and kind of maintained that level the rest of the way. I don't see this Vitola as one I'd want to return to. I've smoked the other Vitolas and I feel like I've had better experiences with those. That'd be where I'd gravitate towards. I wouldn't go to the thin ring gauge for this one. I would go to something a little bit. I'm not saying you have to go big ring gauge, but 50 ring gauge or whatever Robusto Toro torpedo that they got going on here would be my choice, I think. All right, getting into the scores, we're going to start at the top with Seth at 6.82. John and I both gave it a 6.1. So Seth, had that 6.82 matchup for you?
No, listen, I really liked it. It was fun smoking in a Lancero format. Yeah, I see Aaron's points about a larger thing. I think if we could get really greedy, we could throw Lonsdale out there, but it's fun to smoke it. It smoked well as a Lancero. The cool thing, kind of what I really liked about it, was that you're smoking kind of like this creamy, Lancero with that Joya quality behind it, but it wasn't as complex as their premium stuff. But then you get that Criollo in the end, which kind of makes you really catches your attention. You're like, gosh, I kind of want to smoke that again. So then I'll go through the whole process just to do it. So that's fun.
All right, John, 6.1.
Yeah, it matches up well. It's an above average flavor profile, great construction. It's kind of right on that cusp where, I would smoke it if it was handed to me, but I'm not necessarily going to seek it out. And I don't believe that this is the best representation of that blend. I mean, it's fun to smoke the Lancero size, but I mean, I probably smoked like 6 or 7 boxes of these when I was down on safari. Like, this was kind of the cigar that I would start out every morning with coffee, and killer with coffee. But the Lancero just doesn't. It's just kind of missing a little something, and that's tough when you blend down a 38 ring gauge. So, score matches up well, but probably isn't something I would actively seek out.
Yeah, my 6.1 matches up well. I mean, I'd agree with everything you just said right there, John. It's just I don't think this is the best size. It's a great blend. I don't think it translates to this size, at least for me. I do like all the stuff about it pre-light though. I like the way it looks. I like that smokiness that's got to it. All that stuff's going on, and I like it. Just think this just isn't the right ring gauge for this cigar for me. So
yeah.
Any final thoughts from you guys on this?
I know that John likes to smoke these as a morning cigar at Safari, but I only smoke Liga 9s in the morning at.
Well, so yeah, there was some mornings where we were getting into the dark Antaños, and guys were like, "What? Are you smoking a dark Antaño?" I'm like,
it is a good breakfast cigar.
It's a good breakfast cigar. I mean, it's like gives you a little pop, and gets everything moving in the morning, as it were. This is it's an older blend. Like I think this goes back to like one of the original series of blends. So I like that they're kind of
20 years old. It's like 20 years old, isn't it?
Yeah. So I like that they're going back to the well and saying, let's come up with a new Vitola, like, to showcase this brand. And maybe the Lancero doesn't sell at all, but it makes people go out and try the Cabinetta again. And so I think it would be cool for them to kind of follow that through. You know what I'd be super down with? If they did like a 109 style 109 style Lonsdale for the Dark Antaño. I would be all over that. So like doing a cool size for some of the kind of core original ranges would be super sexy.
Do you remember when they did like those little samplers?
And
they had all the sizes in there, and like it's like I smoked through all like the easy, normal sizes, but like some of those like special ones that I really liked, even like I think there's like a Churchill or something like that, which just you just throw them back because it's like they're great sizes in these blends that just don't. Most retailers don't even really carry them all that too, just because it's not demand, and that's why these online stores are superior. So wait, whoops, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just starting some shit.
All right, wherever you catch this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Cabinetta.